An earthquake in the middle of the ocean causes the bottom to tremble so violently that it cracks and shines a brilliant blue light. A pair seem to be having fun together as the man asks his girlfriend to marry him. The man is abruptly pulled underwater by something before she can respond. Looking around, bewildered, the woman screams when his lifeless body rises to the surface. The murderer soon makes an appearance as well. It's an alpha zombie who murders the woman right away. As they are enjoying themselves while fishing, Hunter, Ray, and his niece Jada notice another boat in the distance catching fire. Hunter assists in putting out the flames before anything catastrophic happens as they quickly rush over. Because he is the local supervisor, Hunter confiscates the pyrotechnics that were used improperly and caused the fire. Blaine takes offense when he chastises the others on the boat for drinking while sailing. An unknown man is meantime using his binoculars to see the blue light while perched atop a rock. Returning to Hunter's gang, Ray hooks something rather large on his line as they resume fishing. When he finally manages to take it out, he is horrified to see a deceased person's corpse that is entirely blue. Jada investigates using an underwater camera and finds the blue light on the seafloor, which is definitely not natural. Hunter calls the police immediately, and as Jada covers the body, the guys also see the blue light on the surface. After a moment, Jada turns her head away and realizes the body is gone. She is attacked immediately by this guy who is also a zombie, seriously hurting her shoulder. Ray hurries to divert the creature's attention, and Hunter gets his machete and starts hacking the undead until it falls. But the monster quickly makes a full recovery, so Ray and Hunter work together to force him into the water. Hunter calls Kenzie and her daughter Sam when they are in town, asking Kenzie to assist Jada because she is a doctor. Sam stays with her friends to go to a concert, but Kenzie rushes out to meet her husband. As soon as Sam meets singer Dag, chemistry between them blossoms. Jada is soon picked up by Kenzie and an ambulance and brought to the hospital, where she is examined by the physicians and kept company by Ray. Hunter meets with Sheriff Akani in the interim, and they decide to work together to look into the bizarre incident. They take Hunter's boat, and the surface is already lit up in blue light. When Hunter fires the camera once more, he finds a wreck with a crack that is the source of the enigmatic light. Another oddity is that the ship lacks the name and identifying plate. There's an odd creature swimming around nearby. Hunter discusses his story and speculates that the attacks might be the result of zombies, but Akani scoffs at the notion. Akani now accepts Hunter's account when a large swarm of zombies emerges in the water and begins to swim in their direction. Hunter makes a rescue call and orders his colleagues to evacuate everyone in the area while he calls Kenzie to instruct her to isolate Jada. People look shocked at the sea as they realize the water is going backwards as the tsunami siren begins to scream on the beach. When Hunter and Akani notice a massive surge of zombies behind them, they become paralyzed and decide not to return to save the civilians. Hunter tries to get the boat moving as quickly as he can, but it still gets caught in the wave, forcing the lads to hide as people panic about the impending tsunami. The zombie tsunami arrives at the coast in a matter of seconds, completely destroying the surrounding landscape and leaving zombie corpses everywhere. Akani pulls out his gun on a zombie when Hunter and he both make it safely to the shore, but he chooses to hold off on firing for the time being. Jada won't be seen for long at the hospital, so Ray and Kenzie will have to remain in quarantine for the time being. Kenzie tells Ray that most of the staff has been evacuated. There are many survivors back on the shore, so Hunter and Akani attempt to warn them of the danger. But it's too late. Other zombies are emerging from the sea to attack everyone within reach of the zombies that smashed with the wave. The majority of survivors turn into zombies as well, expanding the horde even further. Akani and Hunter use their gun and machete to kill a few zombies, although there are too many of them and people keep on getting killed. When the hunter discovers a boat, he utilizes the engine to simultaneously kill many monsters and free a number of people. When Sam and her pals try to call their parents after witnessing the attack from a building, everyone is too terrified to pick up the phone. Jada awakens at the hospital, but she passes away a moment later. As soon as possible, she reanimates as a zombie and tries to attack Ray, but just in time, a doctor enters and Jada leaps to bite him. Returning to the shore, Akani uses an umbrella to kill another zombie. Despite their best efforts, the number of zombies keeps increasing and the injured ones keep on moving, so Akani and Hunter make the decision to flee and seek help. They scream at something in the back of the truck when they get in, but it's only Blaine and his girlfriend hiding. The truck leaves after the boys promise to assist them. Meanwhile, the enigmatic man with the binoculars arrives at the beach and approaches a zombie holding a crowbar. When Kenzie exits a medical room, she is shocked to learn that Jada has murdered every member of her staff. When Kenzie rushes down the hallway, Ray takes her into a room and shuts the door, which Jada then begins beating on. Jada is after Kenzie. Ray and Kenzie had to start running again while, regrettably, the staff soon also transforms into zombies and aids Jada in pushing till they eventually succeed in breaking in. When they get at a different area of the hospital, they discover a wheelchair-riding zombie and discover that Jada is still pursuing them. Akani and the others arrive to the police station a few minutes later, and when they notice more zombies approaching, they flee as quickly as they can. As the monsters get close to Blaine, he uses his girlfriend as bait and pulls her onto the horde, joining the other within. Hunter calls Blaine out for what he did, which makes Blaine snap and grab an officer's gun while the zombies beat on the windows. When the others refuse to give him the weapons from the armory, he shoots the officer. Blaine then makes an attempt to flee to the armory, but Hunter promptly takes his life. Returning to Sam and her pals, they dash out of the building and onto the streets. Once they drive a zombie away, the mob turns on another running group, taking several of them down. Sam's gang chooses to hide in a market a few blocks later, but this location is also infested with zombies. Dag trips and strains his ankle, so Sam needs to help him walk. The party splits up as soon as the other guy gets murdered. Sam and Dag flee to the back, while Tani chases a few zombies away before rushing outdoors. Akani continues attempting to radio for assistance at the police station, but no one responds. Then, when Hunter isn't looking, Akani takes an envelope labeled Revoc Pharmaceuticals out of a safe and rips it. Hunter, speaking of Hunter, discovers the ship they saw at the bottom of the ocean when he logs into the maritime registration. It is registered under Revoc Industries, and the corporation has hidden the debris as shown by the state of salvaged and junked. Hunter and Akani head to the armory to get weapons at that same moment when the zombies finally smash through the windows. Hunter receives a cool dual-bladed sword and shows more interest in the seized items. Blaine requests to be taken with them in handcuffs as they leave, but they turn him down. The two force their way through the crowd at the door wearing police shields, and as Akani shoots the closest targets, Hunter uses a bazooka to eliminate the throng approaching from the street. Sadly, the zombies are still on the move, and things are becoming worse since there will soon be another zombie tsunami. After the two escape in the truck, they run over the alpha zombie they come across while driving through the woods. However, the monster is totally fine. Returning to Sam and Dag, they find his van in the parking lot, where one of the band members is lounging. He was unaware of what was going on since he had been wearing headphones the entire time. Before attempting to save the day, the guy opens the vehicle for the other people. However, he is immediately slain because he is unable to combat so many zombies at once. Sam and Dag attempt to flee after locking the doors, but the van won't start. Tani, meantime, escapes the town and flees through the forest while the zombies approach her. When she dashes to the front gate after spotting a house in the distance, Marty spots her on the security cameras. This is the enigmatic man from before who has taken a zombie captive and is hiding it in the basement so he may study it. When Marty sees she's clean, he finally opens the gate and asks her to show him the back of her head to make sure she wasn't bitten. Just as the zombies get to Tani, she dashes inside, but the horde is already waiting in front of the gate. Subsequently, Tani uses Marty's radio to call her father, who happens to be Akani. She begs Akani to fetch Sam at the market and swears to stay home with Marty. At the police station, Blaine manages to approach the body of the murdered cop and gets keys to finally release himself. His undead girlfriend is waiting for him at the door when he attempts to leave, and she bites him right away. Sam is told to go without Dag as he acknowledges that he has been slowing her down in the parking lot. Then he exits the vehicle through the window and makes his way up to the roof, where he begins to sing on the roof to divert the attention of the zombies. Sam rushes in their direction as Akani and Hunter arrive, and Akani takes down any monsters attempting to seize her. When the men depart with Sam, Dag is ultimately killed by the zombies. The party then makes their way to the hospital, locking the door behind them before the zombies can get a chance to attack. Since Kenzie isn't returning messages, Sam dashes across a hallway in search of a phone before ducking into a room. She asks her mother to locate them on the second floor while using it to communicate through the speakers. Hunter and Akani begin attacking the zombies with the fire extinguisher and a rifle after the ruckus draws a group of them. The monsters soon begin yanking the phone cord from outside, but Sam is unaware that it is wrapped around her leg. Sam must use the twin blade to protect herself after a zombie breaks through the door with its skull. Hunter pulls two wires from the power box at the same moment, electrocuting a zombie to set off a chain reaction that kills every monster in its path. Then Ray and Kenzie enter the elevator. When a zombie gets in Kenzie's way, she punches it out of the way and meets her kid again just as the guys are putting the zombie away. As the group begins to leave, Kenzie observes that the zombies that arrived with the wave don't resemble the ones that were converted by a bite. Tani meets her father again when they arrive at Marty's place a little while later. Marty freaks out when she sees that Akane has a wound, but Akane reassures them that it's only a scratch and that he wasn't actually bitten. After everyone gets inside, Akane tries to call for backup using Marty's radio, but Marty claims he hasn't been able to get in touch with anyone since this whole thing began. Tani understands that there must be a conspiracy behind the 2 tsunamis that occurred and that no one has arrived to investigate the area. The undead prisoner growls and snaps out of its chains at that same moment. When Akane investigates after hearing a disturbance, she discovers that the experiment room's bed is vacant. The zombie suddenly leaps on him, and after a brief struggle Akane is bitten. He kicks the zombie off of him while screaming in agony, and the sound of the monster hitting the furniture warns the others. When the zombie hears them, it follows them upstairs, where the males shove it aside and it begins to battle Kenzie. Marty uses his taser on it right away, killing it right away. As Tani tends to Akane's wound and Hunter attaches the taser to the sword to make it a more potent weapon, Ray leads him upstairs. When Marty gets reprimanded by the gang for harboring a zombie, he says he's been experimenting to find out their weaknesses. The glow in the water and the fact that electricity is the sole effective means of stopping these zombies can be attributed to their abundance of phosphorus-containing liquid. Marty says he has a ton of grenades and C4 because they need to blow up the wreckage so it can't create any more monsters. Hunter goes outside to clear the path while the others begin to pack up the weapons, but the taser is ineffective. Unexpectedly, the gate opens and Kenzie emerges to assist as well. After turning on the wood chipper, she and Hunter start battling the zombies so that they can be thrown one at a time into the chipper and destroyed. They work flawlessly together, and before long, every enemy is eliminated, allowing the gang to flee. As they leave, Kenzie advises Hunter to look after Sam in case something were to happen to her. They pause to rest in a cave when Akane becomes ill quickly. Marty says it's odd he hasn't transformed yet, and that's because the infection is taking longer to go to his brain because he wasn't bitten close to his head. Akane makes the decision to reveal what he knows since he knows the end is near. A pharmaceutical corporation visited this beach 30 years ago in order to test a novel anti-aging medication in a ship away from the prying eyes of the authorities. To keep the information a secret, they bought off the local council leaders and everyone else. Sadly, his wife passed away despite their promises to give her medical attention, so Akane decided to assist. However, the medication had horrible side effects and wasn't really fit for human trials, so the business sent out the patients and workers before sinking the ship carrying the sick individuals. The identification plate, which bore the firm emblem, was also taken down. Kenzie believes the company's ultimate goal was to turn people into weapons and that they weren't accidental side effects. The zombies discover them at that point and launch an attack. As Akane finally passes away, Tani had to leave him, but not before making sure he has a grenade in his palm. Hunter and Marty exit the cave with the others after taking out all of the zombies. Tani observes Akane's transformation into a zombie and his final moments of consciousness as he detonates the grenade before departing. By blocking the cave, the explosion prevents more zombies from pursuing them. Shortly after, the party arrives at the beach and divides up to continue the plan. Marty also admits that he accidentally left some C4 in his home, which he now blows up with a remote. Tani, Marty, and Ray board a boat and head to the wreckage with the C4. While Marty is connecting everything, Tani tells him to move quickly since the undead are approaching them. Kenzie and Sam wait by the power box for the ideal time to turn on the electricity, while Hunter grabs some cables and carries them to the tidal pools. The zombies then begin to follow Hunter to the beach as he rides a bike and turns on loud music. Zombies start to surround Marty as he jumps into the water to attach the C4. Ray tries to assist him, but a zombie also joins the group and gets in the way. It's too late and Marty is dead when Tani manages to shove the beast away. The car becomes stuck in the sand just as Hunter is about to reach the pools, forcing him to continue on foot. The alpha zombie finds him out of nowhere and throws him to the ground. Hunter must fight him using standard hand-to-hand combat because the taser in the blade is malfunctioning once more. Hunter kicks the alpha zombie several times to get rid of him when he disarms him and grabs his wrists. When Kenzie notices everything, she runs to free the bike and resumes playing the music in an attempt to lead the zombies to the tide pools. Hunter keeps fighting the dominant zombie, and when the creature grabs him by the neck, he takes advantage of the opportunity to pull out a hidden knife and chop off the zombie's arm. Tani keeps shooting zombies at the boat as they attempt to board, but they just keep coming. She dives into the sea after Ray gives her a life jacket and orders her to flee as her father would have wished. When Sam eventually gets the power box to work and electrocutes every zombie in one go, the taser finally works and he cuts the zombie's head off, or waves goodbye to Hunter over the radio, and perishes in the ensuing explosion. Hunter has to flee as a massive wave forms and starts to approach the beach. When a zombie Blaine blocks his path, he gets immense joy in stabbing him with the blade, sending his head exploding. Then, just before the wave reaches the coast, Hunter escapes. He meets back up with Sam and Kenzie, who are assisting Tani in getting out of the water. As the family watches the Coast Guard ship approach in the distance, the couple shares a kiss.